Here he is, the final piece. Hello, buddy, DK here, and welcome to my review of Time's Return Reissue Highbrow, the final member I need to complete the original cast of G1 Headmasters. And let's get into the review. Let's just jump into it. I'm going to remove his accessories real quick because, yeah, we have a lot to talk about with this guy. Some good, some bad. Let's jump into it. So here is Highbrow. This is our final member of the original cast of G1 Autobot Headmasters, and for the most part, I think he pulls it off pretty well. I'm pretty satisfied with him overall. I will spoil that right up front. I am very satisfied with him overall. As my representation of Highbrow in my collection, he will do just fine. No problem whatsoever. But let's jump into it because there's a lot to talk about. First up, let's go in here. So first off, the paint apps are really lovely. You got some nice paint apps right there on the shoulder. I really like the Autobot logo. It looks really great. The head sculpt is extremely nice, painted very lovely, although there is a major problem with the head sculpt, which we will get into in just a second here. He does have his copter wings on the back here. These do not lock in place at all, which honestly I really wish they had. It would have been really great if they had some kind of like slot or something just like on the back here that just like slot that into and they would just stick out like that. That would honestly be really nice, but unfortunately, no dice. The arms are really weird, and I have a big issue with the arms, and that is the forearm right here. If you look at the forearm, his hand sticks out so much more than it should. There is so much empty space right here. Like, there's literally this entire bit right here, and it makes you think you're supposed to flip his hands out all the way like that, and while you can do that, you're clearly not supposed to. You're clearly supposed to leave him like that. But it looks so awkward, because his hands are just, like, way out there. Like, that's not normal. That's not what hands look like. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. And then the other big issue, well, yeah, the other big issue is the head sculpt right here. First of all, it barely stays in, and when you do get it in, if I put this in here, I have to rotate the head back around here. If you put this in here, like this, and it will go back in there, it's extremely wobbly. It's so wobbly. This is not an issue on any other one of the reissue Headmasters I have. All of their head sculpts are beautiful. This guy's just, wow, it's basically a bobblehead, dude. It's really hard to excuse that, but that is the case right there. He is a total bobblehead of a Transformer. Now, I have found that you can alleviate this problem a bit if you put it in backwards, but it makes it really hard to keep it in there, as you just saw, and I just lost his head. So yeah, let's see if it'll stay in this time. There we go. Okay, so yeah, if you turn it around, it will allow you to go in there, but yeah, it's not too much better, honestly. There's a lot of issues with that head. It really is not that great. And then the arms as well are really long. Once again, that was that hand issue. I don't like that at all. Aside from that though, no real major complaints. The plastic quality feels fantastic. He feels just high. He feels just as high quality as all the other Titan's Return. Honestly though, he might feel a little better overall. I think Hardhead and Chrome Dome feel a little weaker than him and Brainstorm. They're still great, don't get me wrong. I love Hardhead and Chrome Dome, but him and Brainstorm, they feel a little more solid, a little more higher quality. So yeah, that's really nice. He does have some hollowness going on in the freaking legs right there, and honestly, that is because of transformation. But it would have been nice if there was like a panel that came in and closed that up. But hey, it is what it is. You also have a bunch of hollowness in the arms there. You can literally see just like a ton of hollowness in the arms. I'm trying to get a good look there. You can totally see just a ton of hollowness right there in the arms. So yeah, there is that. So he's far from perfect. He's definitely gonna have to be, in my opinion, the weakest of the team overall, but he's not bad by any means. So yeah, overall he does look pretty cool. Now, accessory-wise, you do get his guns, and unlike Brainstorm and Chrome Dome, he actually gets both of his guns, which is really great, because Brainstorm and Chrome Dome, they only had one gun each, which is really sad. They should have both came with the two of their guns, because that's what they had in the G1 cartoon. But this guy, he actually does have both of his guns. But another issue is coming in right now with this figure, and that is that he barely holds these damn things, man. They just want to freaking fall right out. Well, this one, he's like it's like super loose. Look at this, because it's like, it goes in there like that, and then it's just super loose, and he's gonna drop it any second now. There he goes. Yeah, the guns, while they are nice, they're just really loose in there. Now, I have not tried to thicken the handles up with super glue yet, so I don't know, I might try that at some point. This one, I can kind of push it in there, and he kind of holds on to that one a little better, but this one, man, you can forget about it. He just does not hold on to this thing, like, whatsoever. It just falls right out. This one, though, if you push it in there, if you give it like a good, you give it like a good push in in there and you kind of feel it kind of resisting a little bit, then that one will stay in there. But this one, I mean, this one just wants to pop out, man. So yeah, guns, not great. You can do some stuff with the guns though. You can take both of the guns here and you can combine them together, and you can see you have 2 tabs right there and 2 slots right there, and you can combine them together just like that, and that will give you a little chair thing for his headmaster, which we'll talk about right now. So we're gonna rip his head off, and this is Gort, or Zort as they're calling him now, but in G1 his name was Gort. So you unfold him like there, and there you have Gort right there. So there you have him, and what you can do with Gort is you can plug him in right here and stick him right there, and bring him down and just take his arms and bring them out a little bit, just like that, and then hinge him down, and there you have Gort manning that thing right there. So if you want to do that, you can. Me personally, once again, I never like these little headmaster integration thing, but it's a thing you can do, and I gotta show it because I'm reviewing the figure, and yeah, although, my goodness gracious, he is trying to disintegrate on me. Come on, there we go, come on, Gort, there we go. Gort. It's like the elites from Halo 1. Do you remember? Does anybody remember that in Halo 1, the elites would walk around and go, wart. Anyway, there you go. There you have the headmaster overall, and that's pretty much all you can do with the headmaster in the robot mode. Get in your spot. He also is kind of hard to get tabbed in there. I can safely say, oh my god, just go to your home. I can safely say that Highbrow is the weakest of the headmasters overall. Between the really wobbly head, the weird hands, he is definitely the weakest of the headmasters overall. But he's far from bad. He is far from bad. So there you go. There you have the robot mode. I'll give you guys some comparisons, and obviously we'll show off the team. Hey y'all, DK here. Real quick before we get into the comparisons, I totally forgot to show in the overview that you can store his guns on the back here. You have some nice ports right here on the side, and you can just plug the guns onto the side of the cockpit right there. So there you go, nice storage for his guns right there. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him in. I'm sorry, I'm done. Here you go. Here is the complete gang of Autobot Headmasters, the original cast, and yeah, I mean, what do you want me to say? They look exceptional together, man. This is a team and a half right here. I absolutely love the way they look together, man. Like I've said numerous times, and I'm going to say more times in this video, Highbrow is the weakest of these 4 figures easily. Chrome Dome, Brainstorm, and Hardhead are all pretty substantially better than Highbrow. Brainstorm is easily the best. He is so fucking good. Everything about Brainstorm kills. Hardhead is probably the second best, and then Chrome Dome, and then Highbrow. But yeah, you have the full team. They look awesome together, man. I cannot say that enough. These are such great figures and such awesome representations of the characters. And real quick, I'm gonna move them to the back here, just like this, and then we're gonna bring in Rodimus here. So there you have them compared with Rodimus. Although I'm gonna bring in Highbrow right there so you can see how he looks with his leader right there. So there you have that. And once again, I really think that they look terrific together. So you have the whole Autobot Headmasters cast right here, which is really awesome in my opinion. And I will also go ahead and bring in Fangry and Weirdwolf as well, so you can see how he looks with some Decepticon Headmasters as well. So there you go, right there. And then we'll go ahead and show him with Galvatron, King of Galvatron right there. So there you have that. And we'll do one more. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus. So there you go. There you have your comparisons. And we'll go ahead and jump into the transformation. Now, honestly, the transformation on this guy is one of his saving graces, because the transformation on this guy is a blast. It's super fun, it's super fast, it's super easy, and it's just addicting. Like, I have been taking this guy off the shelf constantly, just flipping him back and forth from robot mode to his alt mode over and over again. It is a really fun transformation, and the alt mode is also a lot of fun. So, without further ado, let's jump into the transformation. Alright, transform Highbrow. First off, we remove Gort, and now we begin the fun. And this is a really fun transformation. So flip in his hands, and then you're going to angle them all the way up like that, and then kind of bring them down on this kind of dumbbell joint right there. So do that just like that on both sides. And then you're going to take the cockpit on the back here, just fold it up just like that, and then you're going to take the legs here, and this is the aha moment of this transformation. You're going to grab the legs, and you're just going to extend them down just like that. You're going to angle them inward just like this, and then you're going to flip the heels in, and then you're going to bring them up just like this on both sides, and then just kind of squeeze them together up here, and they tab together beautifully just like that. And I absolutely love that transformation, man. So then you're just going to bring these down, and you just kind of tab into the side there. You can see you have tab and slot, and those just go in just like that. And there you have Highbrow in his no, I told you that transformation is just super fun, man. Man, that transformation is addicting. It's just really fun, really fast, really fluid, and I love it, man. It's a lot of fun. So here you have Highbrow in his alt mode right there. It is kind of incomplete right now because we have to add some stuff to it, but overall, I do think it looks pretty cool. You can spin the helicopter blades, and they like to clash with each other, so you'll spin one, and then the other one will start spinning. So yeah, you do that. Like that. You see that? They kind of like to clash with each other, or you could just, I guess, like do it right in the middle here, and then they'll both spin right there. So there you go. That's always a fun little thing right there. So overall, that's really cool. You have the little cockpit right here, which opens up where we can put Gort, and we'll go ahead and put him in there right now. So we'll take Gort, we will fold him out, and we want to do him in this position. Although you do want to move his hands out as well, because they're going to get in the way. So you just want to move his arms out about like that, and then you want to take him and just stick him right in the cockpit right there. Get him all seated in there. He's kind of giving me a hard time there. And then close him up. And there you have Gort in Highbrow right there, which is very, very, very cool. And you can take his guns right here. And this is actually a really nice little bit of this was a nice touch right here. So they have these little things right here, which are kind of like magazines in the gun mode, but you take them, and what you can do with them is you put them in here. And you can see they are hexagonal ports, and these are rectangles. So when you plug these in here, and you're supposed to plug them in like this, so that the handle is coming in like that and covers up that little paint detail right there. When you do that, it locks in place, and it doesn't like swivel around. It's actually like locked in there because it's a rectangle going into that hexagonal port, and it locks in there very firmly. So that actually feels really, really, really solid. And then the same thing on the other side here. So you plug that in there, and there you have his guns, which actually completes the alt mode in my opinion. I think this makes the alt mode look way cooler overall. And he has two guns right there, and I think he also has a gun right here on the cockpit as well. So yeah, lots of guns, lots of fun to have, and you also have a little landing gear right here that you can pop down just like that. And there you have that, which is very, very nice. And he can, of course, rest on the ground just like that, which is very, very nice, because you can see you have nice landing gear molded into the guns right there, and then you have that one that flips out in the front, and there you have Highbrow like that, which is really, really, really lovely. Honestly, like I said, I think the transformation in the alt mode are really saved this figure from being a pretty weak figure overall, because the transformation's a ton of fun. It's really addicting. It might be one of the most addicting transformations ever, honestly. And the alt mode is a lot of fun to whoosh around and spin the blades and play with Gort and the guns. It's a really fun figure overall. So there you have it. There you have the alt mode. Now for comparison. Alright, for comparison, let's bring in the boys. We got Brainstorm, Chrome Dome, and Hardhead. And there we have our G1 Headmasters, our original cast of G1 Headmasters in their alt mode. And yeah, they look really great together, just like they do in robot mode. Really lovely. And there you have it. So final thoughts on Titans Return Highbrow. In my opinion, this is another really nice Titans Return figure. I'm very satisfied with him overall. I do really, really like him. However, I will say that he is definitely the weakest of all four of them. Between Chrome Dome, Hardhead, and especially Brainstorm, he is the weakest overall. And Weird Wolf and Fangry as well. I definitely think that he is the weakest Titans Return figure that I have gotten so far. The winner is hands down Brainstorm. Brainstorm is absolutely my favorite. He is so good. But Highbrow is still fun. I mean, it's not like the competition was anything bad. Like, all the Titans Return figures I've gotten so far have been exceptional, and he's no exception. He's a lot of fun. I think that the issues with him, like the bobbly head and the weird hands, are all pretty minimal, and you can kind of look past them and kind of work around them. And the transformation is extremely fun, extremely addicting, and the alt mode is also a lot of fun. So overall, I think there's a lot of fun to be had with Highbrow here. I would say absolutely get him, but go ahead and save him for last. Go ahead and get Highbrow. Go ahead and get Brainstorm and Hardhead and Chrome Dome first, and then pick him up last. And honestly, maybe grab some of the maybe grab some of the Decepticons first as well. Probably grab Weird Wolf first, because he is extremely good as well. I think my favorites are Brainstorm and then Weird Wolf. So yeah, I would say probably go that round, but definitely get him because he is a lot of fun. And obviously, if you want to go for the full team, you're gonna need him. So yeah. Overall, in my opinion, as a representation of Highbrow in your collection, Titans Return Reissue Highbrow will do just fine. Alrighty, everybody, thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give me a like, subscribe for more Transformer content in the future. Let me know your thoughts on Highbrow and all of the Titans Return Headmasters in the comment section down below. That wraps up the Titans Return Headmasters for the Autobot side. I do still need Mind Wipe and what's the other one? Skull Cruncher. So I'll probably get those eventually, although it might have to be a bit because stuff is about to because a whole bunch of shit is about to come out. Like I just paid for the Arc, and woof, damn, my wallet is crying right now. So yeah, that came out, and then pretty soon Slag and Retgar and Gnaw are also coming out, and I still want Thrust as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit before I get any more of these Titans Return figures because I'm focusing more on the new stuff right now, but I will still get them at some point. I definitely do want Mind Wipe and Skull Cruncher to go with Weird Wolf, but overall, really fun figures overall. So without further ado, everybody, thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And this is DK Guillotine, signing out.